This is the Transformers Generations Legacy United Doom and Destruction Collection 2-pack featuring Decepticon Bludgeon and Decepticon Rukus. I picked up this set from Amazon.com and it came pretty late. Asian stores already had this like, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, but just came in now, second week of October 2024. For this review, you will be focusing on the G1 Samurai Pretender. He's always going to be a Samurai Pretender to me, although I think this is an IDW version of him. Bludgeon! Very excited. He's some heavy retooling on this figure. Very excited for this figure. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is the Doom and Destruction Voyager class Bludgeon out of the box, and this figure looks amazing. I knew it would look great when it was first revealed, and this figure did not disappoint. My comment though is I was kind of hoping the colors were a little bit sharper. They're a little bit faded in up close and in person. Kind of wish they were more vibrant, but that's a small nitpick. The figure looks terrific. Let's take a closer look at the details of this new Bludgeon. Head to toe, the figure still stands at about 17 centimeters tall, or about 6 3/4 inches tall. Here he is with the figure that came in the 2-pack with him. We've got Deluxe Class Rukus. Here he is with the Voyager Class Nemesis Bridge Dramatic Capture Series Soundwave, which is also now the Leader Class Legacy United Soundwave. And to compare him with the original version of this mold, we have Tarn. This is the second version of Tarn from the Target exclusive 4-pack versus Autobot versus Decepticon 4-pack. And as you can see, it is exact same figure. Obviously, the head sculpt is different. The guns are the same. The blade, the sword is the same. Body, the legs, lower torso, the arms, shoulders, the guns on the back, even on the backpack, they're exactly identical. They've just been recolored. But one thing is different, which this figure does differently with the first version of Bludgeon. The first version of Bludgeon was a direct repaint of the entire body of Tarn with a new head sculpt. In this case, well, they changed it into sort of like feels like a Cthulhu type of head sculpt. And they changed the chest. I was shocked. I didn't notice that at first, but when I looked at promo pics, I noticed that they changed the torso. And this is a big change because I felt that the first version, the Legacy Evolution Bludgeon, which I no longer have, was more... It looked more like the Pretender shell, because Bludgeon in G1 is a Pretender. In the IDW comics, he's different. He's just a character on his own, he's not a Pretender. But in the old G1 toy and cartoon, he was a Pretender. Pretenders, they had these shells, these non-movable, they had swivel arms, but you remove the shells, they were like creatures or whatever, humans. You take them out, and out would pop a robot that could transform. You had Metal Hawk, Skullgrin, and whatnot. One of the Pretenders was Bludgeon, and his shell was a samurai that was in full garb, full armor with a mask, with the demon mask. And this version of Bludgeon, I believe, if you would Google it and look at the G1 toy, he looks like the figure inside the Pretender. So if you're a big fan of that figure, and you got both figures, you have the shell and you've got the robot inside. One thing I will note, though, I was very excited when I learned about that this chest was redone to make him look like the robot inside. I was very excited because the colors with the promo pics was just really, really sharp. They were really spot on. Now that I have him in hand, I'm sorry, but I'm a little disappointed because it's looking a lot like poop mustard instead of gold mustard. I love the metallic paint on the shins, on the chest, but where the plastic that's unpainted, like the arms, the thighs, the hips, it really looks more like poop mustard rather than gold mustard, which is a shame. I was expecting a little bit more. I did not manage my expectations. Also, the green on this figure, I know what they were trying to go for. They were trying to go for the G1 plastic feel back in the day, how it looked like, but I could have sworn it was a little bit darker. I really felt that back in G1, the figure was, it was sort of like this green, like army moss green, but I thought it would have been just a smidge darker, and I was expecting this one to be a little bit darker, like more moss green, than olive green or army green. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I thought it would be much darker. I really thought the colors would really be more vibrant in hand, but no, they're not. They feel, I don't want to say they're muted, but they just feel like they're faded, or I feel like they're the wrong colors. I'm sorry. It's a very minor nitpick. Don't get me wrong. The figure still looks fantastic. It's phenomenal. As far as mold degradation goes, I don't think there's anything to worry about. The neck's on a ball joint, waist swivel, shoulders go in and out, forward and backward 360. You got a bicep swivel, hinge elbow, swivel wrist. The fingers still articulate. They move in and out. Hips can go do the splits, forward, backward. Thigh swivel, hinge knees, double hinge knees because of transformation, and ankle tilt. Feet can move up and down. One thing I did notice though is they fixed this problem. Which one was it? I think this one. See, it no longer flops. The hinge right here, the transformation hinge, is a little bit tighter, at least on my copy of the figure, because the old Tarn figure, it was a little bit loose. This one's a little tighter too, but the first versions of these figures, the first Tarn and the first Bludgeon, these hinges were pretty loose. They could barely support both cannons on his forearm. But this one can. It's not as tight as this one. This one's like really tight. It doesn't fall. So I'm glad they addressed that issue. So transformation, you want to go ahead and remove the weapons. Pop them off to the side. Okay, first thing you want to do is the backpack. You want to unpeg, rotate. One thing they haven't addressed with this mold is how flimsy these things are still. And this thing still loves to pop off when you try and transform it. But we'll do our best to keep them at bay. Okay, fold the head backwards. You're going to go ahead and split the shoulders if you can. It's a little tight. There it goes. So I'm saying they haven't fixed that. They fixed the arms, but they haven't fixed that. Okay, you want to rotate. Pop them out and rotate like this. And do the same on the other side. That's tight. It's the first time I'm transforming him, actually. Always tight the first time you do it. Okay. Rotate this way. Okay, and then you can just pop this thing back. I mean, they haven't fixed it. I don't know what's the deal with this. Anyway, so once you've done that, you can fold it up. And then this section right here is going to fold down here. Just cover the head slightly, kinda. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then you want to open up these panels right here. And then the arms, you're going to stay and fold this way. These panels are going to rotate up. Fists are going to rotate. These bend, and then fold up, and then rotate, okay? And then the legs, you're going to fold them up. You want to detach the calves right there. Okay, don't just bend it up. You have to detach, okay? And then they are going to tab onto the backpack. They're going to join and tab together, okay? Tab onto the backpack. Okay, and then the arms, they're going to peg onto the thighs. You want to bend first this hinge right here on the bicep, and then you're going to bend the elbow and then tab it onto the thigh. Do the same on the other side. You want to bend that hinge on the bicep and then tab it onto the thigh. And as you're tabbing it onto the thigh, you're going to tab the gauntlets underneath, underneath the legs. Yeah, maybe I should have tabbed them first before folding the feet. But anyway, either way you can do it. And then out pops these things. Okay. Okay, and then finally I guess the rear tank treads, they're just gonna fold out, slide underneath, and it's going to be tight when you first do it. Okay, but it is possible. You know, I'm just gonna fold it down, fold it back, and okay, let's slide it, fold. Okay, and essentially that is the tank mode. Still no wheels, it just scrapes the floor. And then this what is this? Okay, folds this way. Okay, let me just tab here, and then go ahead and connect these guns, reconnect them. Okay, I personally like to put the sword on top. I think it makes for a more badass tank. You can slice and dice. The instructions tell you to put it on either side here, or maybe we'll put it here. Yeah, so it doesn't distract us from appreciating this tank mode. Excuse me, let me just, okay, and there you go. There is Bludgeon, robot mode, Pretender Bludgeon in his tank mode. It still looks great. I mean, if you like, my comments still hold to how I reviewed Bludgeon and the first version of Tarn. I feel the tank could have been bigger. I feel the torso, the whole sculpt could have been more massive, but you know, it is what it is. It's still a pretty good, solid looking tank mode as well as robot mode. So here he is with his buddy again from the 2-pack. We got Rukus. Rukus is actually pretty big compared to him. He feels like he's just a little bit, you put a little bit more plastic, he'd be a Voyager. Yeah, big deluxe class sized figure. Look at the size of this thing. I mean, yep. And then let's bring in Tarn. As you can see, they look entirely identical. If you fold that head in, and yeah, well, obviously the front part, the front grille of the tank is different. This one looks more menacing. This one kind of feels like Elon Musk designed it for Tesla. It's too smooth. This one is Mad Max Road Fury, Furiosa type of bumper or battering ram. But yeah, very, very cool. They look great together. Yeah, I just wish the colors on this one was as vibrant as this. That would have made this one a perfect figure. And so some final thoughts on this Doom and Destruction Bludgeon. I absolutely love this figure. It's just a shame that the colors weren't exactly as I was expecting them to be. They've addressed a lot of the issues of the old Tarn mold, except maybe this flap right here on the chest. Even if it's been remolded, it still loves to pop off. But overall, I am very, very satisfied with this redeco. I actually think this one is the better Bludgeon figure. I'm sure a lot of people like the Pretender Shell version of Bludgeon, but I like this robot inside, the Pretender robot inside that shell. Look to Bludgeon more. I love that head sculpt. I love that new chest. And like I said, my only thing that I disliked was really the colors. I wish it could have been more vibrant. It's not gonna get a perfect score. It's gonna get a 9.5 out of 10. Both these figures from the 2-pack Doom and Destruction, they're gonna get a 9.5 out of 10. Even as a set, I think it's a fairly solid set. For 60 bucks, you get a very nice Voyager class figure and an extra large deluxe class figure in today's standards. Two great, amazing figures. Set's gonna get a 9.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Doom and Destruction Voyager class Bludgeon, as well as Rukus. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.